This is live, uncut, unedited. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, people. We're coming in. All right, come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in, people. Come on in. We're going live, uncut, unedited. We tell the truth and shame the devil. All right. Come on in, people. Come on in, people. Come on in.
Hey, caller, this is Martin G,
Come on
aka the
in, people.
Crime Chaser, live,
Live,
uncut,
uncut,
unedited
unedited.
broadcast. Just before you speak, please turn down all your audio.
Come on
Please
in,
turn them
people.
off
Live,
or
uncut,
down,
unedited.
and do not have us on speakerphone so we won't have
I had to
an
readjust
echo.
my
And
camera
we'll be
today.
with you shortly. Thank you so
Come
much.
on in. Come on in.
Please enter your PIN number followed by the pound sign.
All right, people, come on in. Live, uncut, unedited.
Welcome. Your conference will begin shortly.
All right. All right, people. Y'all know the rules. We got to get at least 100 people now. Come on in. All right, let's see. Let's see who we got in this chatter box here right now. Let's see. Ronnie Johnson. Vicky Lowe. Oh, that's my old people. Okay. All right. Let's see. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, people. Come on in. It's live, uncut, unedited. All right. Come on. Come on in, people. All right. All right, people. Come on in. How we got? Okay, we got them coming in. Andrea Pie Bland, I see you. All right, Doretha Glass, come on in. Come on in. Live, uncut, unedited, people. I had to work on my camera adjusted. I don't think it's clear enough, but it's gonna have to do for right now. I'm gonna work on it later. I had to readjust my camera, but it is what it is, people. We here. This is live, uncut, unedited. I see Dr. Sanders here too, as well. I see Vicky Lowe. What's going on? All right. Let's see. Big Drew, Joseph Mayor for Champagne. That's right. Greetings, Monique. I see you. Christopher, I see you. I see Diana Harris. I see you. Cruffo. All right. CRO. Okay. What up, bro? You welcome to call in. Shoot me a text. All right. Share live. I just did. Okay. Senate Waters, the Chicago Republican Party is what? Is not weighing in with an endorsement, but instead they are calling out Johnson campaign for fake valid yard signs that show support for Donald. That's crazy. That's crazy. Virginia Beasley, I see you. I love being black. What up, Eddie? What's going on with you? What's going on? Live on Cut. Erica, what's up, Erica? I see you. Adrian, what's going on, bro? All right. I better make sure that's women because you got two. All right, like we got at least what we got 78 people on with both YouTube and Facebook. We need 100 people. People, come on in. We need 100 people. Come on in. We need 100 people. We got Dr. Sanders, and I know one of y'all wonder why we had the same people on here because we had to play it safer right now because people calling in, threatening, calling people names, threatening me, and all that. You know, that's not gonna happen. We're not going for none of that. None of that. So to eliminate that right now, we're going to control everything. Everything that we can control, we're going to control it. Thank you so much, people. This is live, uncut, unedited. Come on in. We got a lot to talk about today, people. We had two great programs today, and it was nice. One at the church, one with the meet and greet that we had, and my goodness, it was great. That sister prayed today, boy. I tell you, she let us have it. She pulled down strongholds today. That sister, Pastor Tracy. Oh my God, she just prayed. Lord, how much God used her. And all right, let me see where we at. Let me give me some screen sharing. All right, on Facebook. I just want to go. Well, we're gonna go into the program. I'm gonna go in it now, and we're gonna play it right now. I'm not waiting on nobody. I was waiting, but I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting. You know, hey, it is what it is. All right, people, we're gonna get ready to get started because we got to get started.
Spirit, Lord, and your spirit rests in this place. Your spirit rests in this city, oh God. In the name of Jesus, mute the mouths of the naysayers, oh God. Let the people begin to speak out, to speak life, to speak purpose, to speak declarations and decrees. Begin to change laws in the heavens, oh God. In the name of Jesus. Be mindful of us, your people, Father. For we are crying out, Lord, we need you. Hallelujah. And we need your representatives sitting in these seats, Father. We plead the blood of Jesus Christ over Brandon. We plead the blood of Jesus Christ over Mr. Brandon Johnson, Lord, in the name of Jesus. And we declare and prophesy that no weapon that is formed against him shall prosper. In the name of Jesus Christ, God. Send the host of angels, oh God, even when at his home and as he goes throughout the city, as he is on various platforms, let the angels be with him. Open his eyes, God, that he can see, Lord, there are more with him than there are against him, Father. Deal with the naysayers. Deal with those who speak word curses, Father. In the name of Jesus, touch their hearts and the hearts of these your people. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I just want to say this right there. I just want to say that we're gonna pause that real quick, and I just want to show you a little bit. We're gonna go to the church today. Hey, Dr. Sanders, come on in real quick. Talk to us. Talk to us real quick, Dr. Sanders.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Mm-hmm.
Did not Drew Sheehan tear the house down, man? I was all in the atrium on the other side of the fellowship hall. I thought of you, but you didn't see me, Martin. I was all the way on the other side of the fellowship hall where they were coming in at. And then I came back around to the front and I said the back. And I'm thinking about, you should have heard me in the back. But Drew Sheehan, I am so excited about my international presiding bishop. And yes, I got to give the recognition to all of the jurisdictional prelates of the Midwest. Thank you all for coming out. A lot of them don't live in the city, but some of their churches are, and some of their members are. But we had a wonderful time today. I tell you, man, Martin, listen. I am so glad that you were in the Church of God in Christ.
I was there. I witnessed it.
Man, I tell you, I said, Lord, yeah, Mother Shirley Hughes got up and spoke, and Administrative Assistant Michael Eady. I said, look, I was like, wow. And then my dearest brother in the Lord, Hankerson from Missouri, he's a jurisdictional prelate down in St. Louis, Missouri. He was here. He was texting me, and I was texting him. I said, man, I can't even get to you. So we was trying to get to each other. But I thank God for today. And all the pastors that did get the signs, make sure that you give your parishioners, you know, those flyers and whatnot. Brandon was just cool, man. He was just cool. I'm so proud of Brandon. You know, this is a time that we got to come together. All of the nonchalant stuff ain't even worth talking about, Martin. I appreciate you, Martin. I have to give you all honors. And people, let me say this. I'm not scoring no brownie points for Martin. Martin and I are like siblings. But Martin today took the time to follow what we are needed to do. I had a disagreement with one of my friends, and they was talking about, you know, well, I don't think Brandon could do it. I said, well, I would rather be under Brandon than be under a racist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, but me and him, we cool. You know, but I told him, that's your opinion. I said, my opinion, I know what's going on. I said, that's your choice. But guess what? I am Black. Give up my father being Mexican. I am Black. I love being Black. I'm proud to be Black. And I am so proud of you, Martin, because you have done what most men that are in ministry will not do. I appreciate you taking your time to come and go around the city to make sure. And this weekend, it's going to be a fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Chicago Mass Choir, my old alma mater. We're going to be tearing it down at fellowship. So you all come on out and make this a joyous occasion. And I tell you, I told you all he comes to Church of God in Christ.
Mm-hmm.
So the prayers of the righteous. What did it say, Martin?
That's right. That's right.
You know, so I don't know if Erica came or not, but I thank God for you, Martin, man. I love you. You're my brother from another mother, but we serve the same Father. It was extraordinary. I tell you, first jurisdiction, you packed it out. Well, some of y'all packed it out because some of y'all had to work. Chris Hodges, that's my contact under Brandon's cap with his solo singing self. Got his own project out there. This is what meaning of coming together, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
This is when you come together. I listened to Reverend Al Sharpton last night. He told Chicago up. He said, "What's wrong with you, Chicago? What's wrong? Did you forget?" Al Sharpton, we got to kick it off, Martin. He started it.
Yeah.
Al Sharpton kicked our behind. If you all did not look at Mount Pilgrim Missionary Baptist Church, where Al Sharpton, he whooped us with the 50 cord, the switches, and the belt. He said, "How dare you forget who you are?" He took it back to Jane Byrne when she acted a fool. He took it back to when Bailey acted a fool. He talked about when Harold Washington got in. What's wrong with you, Chicago? You know what got me, Martin? We're the center spotlight in the United States.
Right now. Yeah, we're national
You
news.
know that, Martin?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They got us all over the globe about this. And I'm like, this one little black man, that's just a simple, common black man with no drama, and everybody mad.
Everybody
That's
mad.
the devil. Because the devil serves everybody mad, Martin. And I looked out there, Al and kicked out behind. And he like, "I got to go." He said, "But what's wrong with you all? Chicago." Martin, can me and you do this, please? Let's me and you do this together. What happened when Harold Washington was running for mayor?
Mm-hmm. Hey, these
You remember?
Yeah. I know one thing. I was a teenager when he first ran. I was a teenager when he ran the second time. And he was mobilizing. He was doing a lot of things. And the same thing, Dr. Sanders, that I see what's going on now is the same identical thing I see what's going on with Brandon Johnson. I tell you, what better example?
You see?
Well, I'm telling y'all right now, somebody said it today. They said it at the church today. They said, "This is y'all hair washing, young people. This is you guys hair washing right now."
That's right.
And that's the truth.
Right.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
That's right.
That's the truth.
That's right. That's right. And you know, and Al Sharpton took it back when Dr. King moved to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
See, y'all, they don't know about that, Marty.
Mm.
He moved on the west side. He moved on the west side to prove a point. But Martin Luther King was disgusted with Chicago. But when he died, what side tore up the most? The west side.
Uh-huh.
And the west side.
That's true. That is true.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So he was mad. But he's like, you are such a divided city. So all of you young people that was not born when Martin and I was born, this is your time to be in the mix, to be, as they say, in the know. Because this is your Harold Washington. Don't look at nothing else. Look at the track record.
Mm-hmm.
One man, one wife, not several wives, not several children outside. He's got children by one wife.
Mm-hmm.
When the Bible talks about family values,
Mm-hmm.
Drew Sheard read off his bio. He said, and he's a church man. See, now, my thing is this, I said the other day, why does the U.S. like whores and Chicago like their whores? Don't you want somebody that's clean for once?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you want somebody that is family oriented? And everything that Brandon Johnson has said, he said, I put God first. Did he not, Martin?
Yeah, he said it. Yeah, he said it. Hey,
what mayor has said that?
Yeah, and I want to say this too, people. Somebody said, well, don't compare it to Harold Washington. You must not have been around that time. in that day and age. Oh, you didn't understand it or do your history. I witnessed it with my own eyes. Trust me.
Right.
I voted for Harold Washington the second time because I was of age. So this is real, people. This ain't fake. Y'all got to forgive my I want to say something real quick. Forgive the my camera because I had to focus it. It's out of focus right now. And it took me about an hour just to even get to this point. So I'll have it back perfect tomorrow. Just work with me. Just work with me. Just work with me. I just want to say that real quick. So I know it's not super clear, but I had another photographer. They changed some things around, and I should have jumped on earlier because, when you move from a different environment, you have to, adjust according to the lighting. But so I'm going to get it right, people. But let's get back on. Listen, I've never said that Brandon Johnson was Harold Washington. He's not Harold Washington, but he reminds me of Harold Washington. There's only one Harold Washington, and there's only one Brandon Johnson, and that he is the Harold Washington of this day for the young people. For the young people that was little toddlers, that wasn't born, didn't understand anything. This reminds of us so much of Harold Washington. This is a historical moment. And some of those Negroes back then, they were standing on the sideline while Harold was running. They was hating on Harold. They was hating on him, wouldn't support him, wouldn't donate nothing. No, they was hating on him. But guess what? Right now today, they're probably speaking very highly of him. Don't be like some of us. We fall in love with our family members when they land in the ground, landing across in a casket. That's the only time that we fall in love. Then we try to remember all the good things, the good time. But you didn't speak to him. You didn't trust him. You didn't like him. You talked about him. You did everything. You call him every name on the book but a child of God. That's the same thing they did to Martin Luther King when he came in the city of Chicago. They dogged him out. They drug his name in the blood. They wasn't in love with Martin Luther King. They're not going to tell you that, people.
No, they wasn't.
But guess what? They benefited from some of the things that he got going right now today. And they're ashamed to tell you, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, ashamed to tell you, hey, I didn't really stand with Martin Luther King. I didn't like him. I didn't support him. Listen, people, this is a historical moment. Choose what side you want to be on. It ain't too late. If you're on the Paul Valley side, come on back on up. We're going to forgive you. Come on back home. Come on back home. This is real. This is real. This is real. Yeah, go ahead, Dr. Sanders. I'm excited tonight. Listen. Man, I'm excited tonight.
Let me tell you something. I am too, man. I was so excited to see the Saints and all of the Jesse Jackson. I was so glad to see a lot of them because understand this. You all that were not here, we're giving you facts.
Yeah.
We're not giving you hearsay. We're telling you what we endured. That's a part of our history and our legacy. So now Martin, as always, Martin started this. He said, I'm half of 100 in a couple of years. Well, I'm half of 100 plus 6 years. So my thing is, when we get ready in 30 years to go off the scene, you all to be able to say that you had a part of understanding what the pandemic is, because that first pandemic they had, well, the second one was the Spanish flu back in 1926, and we weren't born then. So now we came into this time of a pandemic where we now see what a pandemic really is, because we can read it, but it's when you actually live it. So you all that were not even nothing in your parents, listen to what we're giving you, history, because now you will be able to say, you know what? Now I understand. If you really involved in Brandon Johnson, brother, I was screaming, I was yelling. I'm like, man, I was trying to get to you, but everybody had to smother. I love you, Brandon. And let me tell you something, Chicago. Let's stop being the center of attraction for foolishness, because we've been the center of being a butthole for a long time.
Long time.
We don't have time. Yes, Mayor Lightfoot did some crazy stuff, but we are not focused on her. We're going to focus on building a better city. And if you want to get in on the train, as they said, Martin, this train is a clean train, this train. The only way you ride, you got to be saved. So my thing is, give your heart to the Lord, and know if you want to learn about Brandon, follow him, listen to what he says, and don't be so critical of your own. How can we sit up and say we love the Lord, who we've not seen, but can't love each other, especially one that's running for public office with a clean slate? Do you want a nasty man in office? You understand what I'm saying, Martin?
No,
Dr.
Dr. Sanders, they want a white man to save them. They don't believe that nothing good can come from a black man. They don't believe it, but guess what? But their mother is a black woman, and their father and their children are black, but they don't want to support black. I wonder why. Is it part of jealousy? What is it? You can't stand to see a black educated man, he's well educated, a politician, a family man, a God-fearing man, an organizer. Okay, you can't stand that, huh? What you want, a pimp? What you want, a player? What you want, Chicago? You want a racer? You want a racist? You want somebody to lie to you and tell you the sweet things that you want to hear and know they can never give you those things. Won't give you them things.
Come on now.
Now listen, if I could go down a list, and I'm going to pretend like I'm Paul Vallis. First of all, his mindset, I got to look out for my people first. Then what's left over, then I look out for others. Do you think that Paul Vallis, if he happened to become the mayor, which I doubt, is going to look out for black folks before he look out for white people? Do you think that? I don't think so. Those same Negroes that's running up behind him, that he paying, I guarantee you, you won't be able to touch him. Your phone, you won't be able to dial that number and get through to him. I'm telling you, why keep hating on the brother? Y'all hating on the brother. You're mad. You say you didn't want Willie Wilson. He couldn't talk. He illiterate. And now you got a brother that can articulate. Yes. And he can speak well. And he loved being black. He let you know. Some of y'all Negro politicians, you get in office, you won't even say the word black. You'll just say color or minority. That's what you'll say. Well, you know what, Martin? You know, we got to play the role. You know, we got to play the role until we get what we want. Okay, you play the role until you get what you want. Then what? What you gonna do? Nothing. Like a lot of those Negro aldermen. I know one of them aldermen was on fire. I know him personally. Look at him now. Look at him now. It's like somebody dumped a bucket of water on him to cool him off. He's quiet, like a church mouse. Quiet. That's what they do. They get there, they play the role, and they get into the clique, and now they don't know us no more. They don't know us no more.
They don't know you no more.
That's how it is. Guess who they cater to? The businesses, people, and corporations giving them money. Why you think all these Arab stores in our community? Because they're being paid. Being paid. Now, soon as a black business open up, they sending inspectors in there. You got to do this. You got to do that. Shut them down. Come on. We see the pattern. We see it. Why you think Inglewood, Lawndale, Roseland, the way it looks? Why? We getting money?
And Martin, you know what? Look, and Anthony Bill, what's your problem? You got Pullman trying to be like High Park, but you won't even come near 103rd and Michigan and fix up all of that crap over there. It's horrible. It's so horrible in Roseland from 103rd headed back toward Halsted. That's your area, literally. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But black people, you all live in Roseland. What are y'all doing with Anthony Bill? Why is he still in office? He's so busy worried about building $500 million stadiums and all that crap. Over there in Pullman, you trying to save and restore Pullman, but you got that craziness White Castle on the corner and all of that. In that area from Michigan to house it is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Boarded up house. Come on, man. Come on. For real. So this is what I'm saying. They sitting up here and you're not seeing the big picture here.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the outcome of a situation. So this ain't nothing to do. Paul Vallis is not for us. He's not even for nobody. Mexicans, Polish, Chinese,
Dr.
Asians,
Sanders.
nobody.
Dr. Sanders. Let me say something. Let's get on this defunding police stuff. Let's get on this real quick. Something just came to my spirit. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth. And what? And shame the devil. Listen, young men and women. So you guys accusing Brandon Johnson want to defund the police. Now, the same person that's accusing Brandon Johnson, the Fraternal Order Police, said in his own words, the president, John Contenet, whatever his name is, I'm going to call him John, that is his name. He said that if Brandon Johnson is elected, the mayor of Chicago, they have 800 to 1,000 officers going to retire. Is that defunding or what? What is that? What type of message is that? What type of message is that? And let me tell to the police officers, whenever have we been safe in Inglewood and Woodlawn and Roseland and Lawndale? We ain't never been safe. Crime always existed in our communities. Always. From the drug sales, from the gang banging, from the prostitution. So don't give me that stuff, say we don't call no police. Get that crap out of here. Here's a white man that does all that talking and say, hey, we're going to quit. And you know it's going to be a majority, 90%, 99.9 white officers. Go ahead and quit then. You might as well retire right now. So we can get some black brothers in there that's not afraid to tackle this crime. Go on and quit.
That's right.
Go on and retire. Right. Get your pension.
All right.
Come on now.
Go on.
You trying to tell me it's gonna be a blood. Listen, it's been a bloodbath in our community. Black people are getting shot every day. Every day. For years and years and years. Come on now, people. Y'all know I'm telling the truth.
That's right.
You mad at that suit and tie brother, that politician Brandon Johnson, God-fearing man, family man. You mad at him. I know you're mad with your hateful self. You're evil. You're low down. You're dirty. You're jealousy. You're envy. You're mad. You're mad. You're mad because you got a felony. You're mad because you stood on a corner and you didn't do nothing with your life. Now you're mad at the brother. You're mad because he can articulate. You're mad because of the cameras are following him around Chicago. Everybody wants to introduce themselves to him and talk with him. You're mad. Get over it, brother. Get mad.
Hey, God. Hey, God.
First of all, let me tell you who I voted for Brandon Johnson. I voted for Brandon Johnson, not in the runoff, before the runoff. That's who I voted for. Not only that, I interviewed Brandon Johnson on this same platform for about a half an hour. Yet documentation, beast conversation. And I was with Brandon Johnson at the meet and greet today. That I spearheaded it. A lot of you guys was on my live. Oh, he ain't gonna show up. Come on, people. Come on. You're so negative. You're mad. The scripture said, despiser of those that do good. That's your name. That's your name. You're a despiser of those who do good. You so used to trash. You always talking about the crime, but you glorify it. You listen to trashy music. You live a trashy life. So don't talk about all this killing and all that, and you haven't chastised your son for out there shooting. You know your son is a shooter. You know he come in there with them $1,000 iPhones and tablets. You know what he out there doing, but you don't say nothing. But you point at somebody else's son and daughter, talking about what they doing. I sure like to see some of y'all children on here. They're doing all that talking about Brandon Johnson. You would love to have a son like Brandon Johnson, wouldn't you? I know you would. I would too. I would too. I'm happy tonight, Dr. Sanders. Go ahead. Yeah.
You know what, Marty? And that's the thing about that. If you remember, see, a lot of them don't remember when James Meeks closed out all the liquor stores over there in Roseland. Remember that?
Right.
And you talked about the Arabs. Just look, the Arabs, they study our culture and they come to certain areas. You will not see no Arabs in Evergreen Park. You will not see no Arab store in Oakland. You will not see no Arab store in Hickory Hills, Palos. You will not find not one Arab store, but they come into the Black community and they pick where to go. You notice that? They ain't going over there to Beverly. Beverly ain't having them. Evergreen ain't having them. So you need to know how this systematic process goes when it comes to choosing the right people. We cannot no longer be on the map being in red. You know, that got to me last night, Martin. When I closed, I was listening to Al Sharpton, and I was feeling all these whips like he's whipping us because we are so wrong. We're so wrong. We have no business doing that. And it's our job to educate you all to what the facts are. This is nothing personal. We don't hate people. We love folks, but we're getting tired of being peed on and telling us it's raining. We are sick of that. We're sick of the Kool-Aid game. Ain't no more drinking no Tang no more. You can't drink no Tang because Tang ain't real orange juice. Get to know what's going on. Understand the system. It doesn't take much for you to go to the library. Go down to the Mayor Harold Washington Library. And read and study of your community and make a difference in your community. Why not? Who's to say that Brandon Johnson, once he get in office, may end up going to be our congressman or our statesman? You know what I'm saying? We should push him to the top. That's what unity means. That's what pulling together means. This means we're coming together as one. That's what it means. Man, like you said, if you go out down the street and get high with Pookie and Ray Ray and Leroy and Skilling, why shouldn't you put your liquor bottle down for one time to vote? I'm going to be judging over at Labazo School next week. So my whole thing is I will be over there in Roseland. You want to come see me? Come see me. Because I want you to vote. I want you to feel, and those of you who are turning 18 and you ready for the vote, you can vote now. Be the first one to walk in the door and say, I'm 18 and I am ready to cast my vote. We will register you for free and we will blow whistles and probably give you some food. But my thing is, we're trying to help you. If you can go and spend time at the hookah shop, hello, Marty. All the young folks want to go to the hookah shop and smoke the hookahs, then you ought to hookah your behind straight to the pole and do what you need to do. See, be about the business, not about the foolishness. Change the cycle. Reverse the curse. Do different. If you want to live in this world the right way, you have an opportunity to do so. Get out of jail. Let's start helping our brothers that are incarcerated and our sisters that are incarcerated. Let's start ministering to them so they can get out the prison system. How about that? Mark, Brandon talked about that prison reform. We want to get these folks out because when they in there, Martin, they're not being taught nothing.
Right.
Nothing. Wasting away.
Right.
And the prison system is ran by who? White people. White people, Martin.
But you know what? They love.
Count.
Doc said they love to tell a black person you shouldn't vote because of race. White people have been voting race ever since there have been politicians here in America. Don't tell us what we shouldn't do. Y'all, you cut it out. Cut it out. How you gonna tell black people when we hurting, you gonna tell us, be quiet. You're not really hurting. It's not that bad. I got another caller. Hold on, Dr. Sanders. Come on, caller. 872. Come on, caller. Come on, caller. Come on, caller.
This brother Robert G. Brown.
Hey, how you doing, brother Robert G. Brown? Talk to us.
Brown.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And I heard the sister. I just heard the sister talking about Roseland. And as a matter of fact, I was just in Roseland. I was in Roseland, and my church, Salem Baptist Church, on April 19th, we doing something called a Black Literacy Program for our Black people.
Okay.
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
All right.
And you know, I go to Salem Baptist Church.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I used to live in Roseland as a kid, and then I used to live at 112th and Parnell. And you know, when my mom died, I had moved to Cabrini. Like today, some guy gonna try to hand me not to cut you off, a black guy was trying to hand me a Paul Vallis thing, and then the guy was like, "It ain't what you think it is." And I told the guy, I was like, "Brother, let me explain something to you." You know, and I told him like that one of my people is a media activist. You know what I'm saying? His name, well, I ain't say your name, Martin. I just say he's a media activist, and he's been educating us on these videos. Well, the commercial, and I was like, nope, I can't buy that. I'm not buying no crumbs. Like they said, do not be deceived.
Mm-hmm.
We know what's going on. I see all the videos on the Fraternal Police website.
Mm-hmm.
It's a racist institution towards blacks.
Yeah, a racist institution toward blacks.
Because you don't know.
Yes, it is.
It's a racist institution towards blacks.
So
And
listen,
this black man out there being brainwashed.
yeah, listen, white folks. Now all of a sudden, y'all scared about carjacking and robbery and looting and all that. What about our community? We've been having these problems. We've been had these problems for years.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody said nothing as long as drug dealing, prostitution, gang banging, failing schools, all that is in our community. It's okay. It's okay. But now that the crime is migrating where the white folks said, the white folks said, hey, we have to do something about this. We can't make no money. We can't make no money. Listen, we can't make none either because we've been in prison in our own community as well, too. Now what? And guess what? And the Chicago police officer not solving no crimes. We talking about homicide crimes. Let's say that. And they have a $1.9 billion budget. Solve some crimes. Solve some crimes in the black community. We have a lot of mothers and fathers out here that's crying. They want justice. They need justice. What's the excuse? Oh, you on vacation. You're not in. Don't call me. I'll call you. Oh, that case has been closed. It's cold case. All these excuses because you don't feel like doing your job with our taxpayers' money. We don't count.
Come on now.
But let a Chicago police officer get killed. You're going to solve that crime the same day or the next day. Let a politician or high-profile person or University of Chicago student or something get shot or something. You're going to solve that crime ASAP. People, if you want to see a real emergency when an ambulance come, wait till a police gets shot or injured. They're going to block off streets. They're going to block off expressways to get theirs there. That same mentality they should have for the citizens as well. Not just the law enforcement, taxpayer citizens, normal citizens. You say, well, Martin, he's a criminal. He deserved to die. We're not going to waste taxpayers' money on investigating this person. Come on now. That's not your call to call that. We hired you with our tax dollars. And if you don't want to work in the black community, transfer and going up north somewhere. That's what you should do. Nobody wants to talk about that.
That's right.
See, you got these get along, go along Negroes, skinning and grinning. They don't want you to be upset with them because they're afraid of massa. Massa, don't talk to me like that. They know your jokes ain't funny, but they gonna laugh anyway just to be in peace with you. They know them old corny jokes not funny. Just to be, well, you know, Martin, you can't be too radical because the white folks make. Shut up. White folks respect power. They respect power. They don't respect no coward or no get along or no traitor. They use you. And when they're done using you, they throw you back to the wolves. I got to tell the
sure
truth
do.
and shame the devil. Don't get mad at Brandon Johnson because he's a black man. Don't get mad at him. Don't get mad at him because he's been invited all around the city of Chicago. You said just 2 months ago he wasn't nobody, but he's a somebody right now. That's what God uses, sister.
That's right.
Dr. Sanders, he takes nothing and makes something out of it. That's what he does. He take what you walked past, you looked over, you stepped over, you talked about it. But God, when God, they said little becomes much when it's placed in the master's hand. And that's what he did to Brandon Johnson. Y'all counted him out. You doubted him. You doubted him. Look at him now. He said, I'll make your enemies your footstool. Look at you. The same ones that's holding up signs against Brandon Johnson, lying on it, slandering his name, gonna be right there on the 5th floor. I need a favor. Can you? Can you? Would you? I would have supported you, but I didn't. We don't want to hear it. Stay on there. Woo, Lord have mercy. I'm preaching tonight. I'm preaching tonight. I'm tired, y'all. I ain't gonna be too late because I know I got to work on my camera. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but mine, guess what? And the young man said, just because somebody would spend $5,000 and $10,000 to air, guess what? They gotta make that stuff run because they're not gonna do no more running no ads for another 4 years. All the billboard stuff is coming down. So don't believe the hype. You think that they got money? They're losing money because they're trying to get you. It's called marketing, advertisement. They want to promote what they can do, so they figure, oh, he got a good commercial on television. No, we don't. It ain't free. That stuff costs $5,000 and $10,000. They have to pay monthly, sometimes weekly for those ads. Look where all that money going. Where the money going? Where the money going? Amen, Wiles. Where the money going? So my whole thing is just because they got a billboard and on television, Brandon Johnson ain't gonna spend all that kind of money. Paul Vallis will. Look at it. Look at it. 7-year-old man with a 5-year-old child. What you gonna do with it? How old is the mom? That's so my thing is, he gonna live in Palos. Are you demanding him to buy a house in Chicago? Or are you going to let him stay in Chicago for a minute and go back to his place in Palos? If Brandon Johnson got to follow the rules, why can't Paul Vallis do it? But these people, the fraternal order police, they can go. We don't need you. We don't need you. And as Al Sharpton said Sunday, you're not talking about defunding the police. You're defining the police as their job. Hello, somebody. He so said it. He said, defines the police. Who are they? What are you made of? Why are you being trained? Why do you want this job? See, $70,000 a year really ain't no money. Because when you go through the training academy, and now see, back in the day, Martin, you didn't have to have no degree. They just brought that degree stuff in the late 90s of you having a degree to be a police officer. And guess what? A lot of them that have a bachelor's degree, they got to have so many credit hours to be a degree. You didn't have to have that back in the day. So now it's changed. So now you want to be a police officer, you ought to come humble as you know how and say, Lord, prepare me for this journey to serve your people. Because Martin said the other night, they don't protect us. They protect the property. How in the world you protect a house, a car, and a piece of jewelry and a wallet, but you don't protect a life? Something's wrong somewhere. Somehow. So you gotta stop, get your head out the clouds and look at it for what it is. All of our Black communities need readaptation. Why didn't nobody fight for Whole Foods to stay in Inglewood? Hello? Trader Joe's over here in Hyde Park. Am I lying, Marty?
You're not lying.
You got a clinic for homosexuals. LGBTQIA got a clinic called Howard Brown. Do they not, Martin? Now, if they can get a clinic specialty for LGBTQIA who consistently add on letters to their names. That's confusion. Why can't you fight for your community?
That's right.
For your community. Put up a sign. Martin, you remember back in the 70s, man, the block clubs. The block clubs would come together. The black clubs, the black block clubs would literally post a sign and tell you what you are not going to do riding down the street in this block, in the black community. What happened to our block clubs?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Hello. Listen, it's so many folks on here, man. Listen, they thought Paul Vallas was going to run away with this election, just breeze through it. That's what they thought. They thought he was just going to breeze through it and all that because he a white man. This man, listen, this man trying to convince black folks, hey, I'm not racist. I'm for you guys. I'm for you guys. Listen, don't know one or two Negroes represent the black community. You better remember that. And we know those Negroes that you got, their integrity is gone. We've been know about them. Trust me. You picked the wrong Negroes. Seriously. I'm telling you, picked the wrong ones on your side. So they're going to be mad. Your big donors are going to be mad at you, I tell you. And I wouldn't be surprised some of them faking it.
Well, Mike, you know they call them the token block.
They say what? I hear you.
They call them the token black.
Listen.
The token black.
Young people, older people, early voting is still open. Go out and cast your vote so we can bring this thing on the 5th floor. Brandon Johnson is no secret. On this station, we want Brandon Johnson. We ain't gonna play both sides. I see some of these people on these radio stations, they playing a game, but I ain't playing no game. Y'all know what it is over here. You know what it is. Listen, we respect other people's views and opinions. But what you're not gonna do, you're not gonna come on here and disrespect us at all. Trust me. And I'm gonna tell you why is it crime on the north side downtown? It's because they don't call the police. Why is it? Why is it carjackers downtown? Why is it snatch and grab downtown? Why is it looting be going on downtown? Why is it robbery going on downtown? Why is it drug selling going on downtown? Is it because they don't cooperate with the police? What is it? What is it? What is it? Tell me. I'd like to know. For those of you that's in law enforcement, tell me why is crime downtown? People getting killed in high rises. They going inside car garages, stealing cars, carjacking. Why is it that? Is it they not cooperate with the police? We got cameras everywhere. Why is it? I need somebody to put in the messenger. Talk to me. Why is it that? Why is it that? So the same thing you guys used to say about the black community, oh, y'all watch people shooting, don't say nothing. So what's the problem downtown? Why can't they get rid of crime downtown?
That's right.
Why?
That's
Why?
Right. That's right.
Are they cooperating with the police?
See, Marty.
Go ahead.
And you know what? I know I'm gonna sound like old Methuselah, but guess what? Remember, Marty, when you had to pay 10 cents to use the toilet?
Oh yeah.
If you went in any of them department stores, we both Linton's, Robbins, Baskins, Sears, Montgomery Ward, Marshall Fields. If you went down there, those police locked your butt up. They locked you up. Wasn't no discussion. We didn't do that stuff downtown. Yes, we had a lot of homeless folks that was in the lower ground subway. But guess what? Now this whole thing has changed. Because you didn't do that. I'm going all the way back when we had to pay 10 cents to use the toilet. So my thing is, you didn't do that in these stores. And Sears and Gold Blast were high-end stores like Weebos, Marshallfield, and Lincoln, and Evans, and all of the stores. They didn't play that downtown. Now you all that took downtown and made it an operation, a game of operation. Who does that? Who does it? And then when Osama bin Laden was about to come, Martin, these folks don't get it. They were finna come to the Sears Tower. They were going to come for our buildings in Chicago. And that was the first history. You remember, everybody scattered like roaches. And downtown lost big money. Big money. When Osama bin Laden, a foreign crazy lunatic, was going to come to Chicago and kill us. I was at work when I saw it. I drove through California praying and pleading the blood of Jesus on my children's life. That's what I was doing. We were praying. When I grabbed my baby, Martin, I got home on my knees. I said, get on your knees and we're going to pray. And I bind Satan on every hand because we lived this thing. Downtown, you had to leave. The young people, you doing this snatching and grabbing crap, let me tell you something. There was a time you didn't do that. You went to jail. They didn't care. Now, you got all these Lollapaloozas or boo-boos or whatever it is, all these old side circus shows to come in. You used to go to Ringling Brothers and Bottom the Belly Circus and see Tom Thumb. You used to go to the Shrine Circus at Medina Temple, they tore it down, and have family night. Now y'all get down there, you got to fight. You got to carry gossip. You going on social media now. They're fighting about, he said he don't like you, he screwed me, but he screwed you. And y'all doing all this dumb, stupid stuff. That's what y'all worried about. Get your attraction off of drama. Y'all talking about soap operas. I was watching soap opera today compared to what I see on TV right now. But you don't understand. The law enforcement officers are not trained to love you. They're not trained to protect you. They'll protect a building before they protect a life. Woo! And it's real talk.
Yeah.
That capital. They're protecting that capital.
Let me say something.
That's right.
Let me just say something. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all this. If you think a lot of these white people care about you because you black and you educated, you're nothing to them. You're nothing to them.
Nope.
I'm telling you, you're nothing but a slave. That's how they look at you. You still a Niger to them. Know your place.
That's right.
Niger. Yeah, I
Right.
said it. I said it and I meant it. Trust me.
He said, "Doctor, I'm calling you nigga."
Yeah. And listen, you looking at yourself because, hey, Dr. Sanders, I have a home, I have a wife, and a career. America has been good to me. Yes. What about your people? How many people have you helped to get to where you at? None.
Yep.
You're selfish.
That's right.
Well,
None.
Martin, I give to charities. I give to people that's on the street. I put $1 inside their thing. Listen, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime.
Yes.
With your successful self,
That's
with
it.
your
That's it.
bougie self. And I'm not mad at you, but I need you to pass that gift down that you got, that trade that you got. Teach somebody how to use the stock market. Teach
That's
somebody how to get a trade.
That's right.
Teach them. Teach them. Quit talking about, look at those people. Look at them. Look at the women. Help them out, brother,
Yeah.
sister. Don't forget the snake hole that you came out of. Don't forget that. Some of these people are born in these conditions. That's all they know. They don't know anything else. Can you help them?
No, they don't.
Can you snatch a brother and a sister out of the fire and help them
That's
without
it.
trying to go to bed with them, without trying to sleep with them, without trying to use them, without showing everybody, look, everybody, I helped Martin Johnson. I remember he was staying in the projects on State Street. Now I allowed him to move in my house over there in Beverly. No. That ain't helping nobody. No. Bragging. See, God is so magnificent that when you do things in private, he'll bless you in public.
Yep. people openly. That's right.
Some things you don't have to
That's right.
go on social media. Some things you don't have to tell your best friend that you did for somebody else. Let God bless you. Let
That's
God
right.
bless you. Some people, Dr. Sanders,
Right.
they can't believe that
Mhm.
when I'm out there crime chasing, they can't believe that I wasn't getting paid. They can't believe that I wasn't chasing ambulance. They can't believe it in their mind. They said, why is this brother out there doing this? Guess what? This brother ain't asking you for no money now. Now, I ask you for some stars, and I'm going to tell you how the stars work. You buy stars for $3.99. Out of that $3.99, Facebook give me $1. You don't have to give it to it. Ain't no must. It ain't like my page is locked. If you don't give me that or else. That's none of it. I ain't never been no beggar. So I'm going to tell you, you just saying you send a Negro doing something from the kindness of his heart. You so money greed, you won't help nobody unless it's something in it for you. And you wonder why you ain't blessed. Nothing can come in and nothing can go out. Nothing. Nothing. You wonder why with all that property, something go wrong every month. Roof leaking, plumbing mess up, electricity.
Yep.
Because you're too dirty, you're too selfish, and you won't help nobody. And when you do, you go brag about
That's it.
Oh, I got to tell the truth. I feel it, truck driver. I see you 1, 2, 3. I feel it today. I got to talk about these devils. And I'm not saying that the police, everything they do is wrong. I'm not saying that. We need police, but we need a police that's going to be true to what they said on paper. Don't be gunning our young men down, shooting them in the back when they run away from you. If you're too fat to catch them, so be it. You'll live another day. You won't miss no check. You won't miss no check at all. Yeah, you get mad because you can't catch them. You get mad. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Listen, and some of you police officers out there, you got nephews out there shooters. You're not going to turn them in. You got little brothers that shoot. You're not going to turn them in. How about, Mr. Police Officer, won't you turn your brother in that you seen him put a gun on somebody, that you seen him put some drugs on somebody, that you seen him falsely accuse somebody of a crime and you know they didn't do it? How about turn him in or her in? You won't do that, but you're going to come in the black community where we got to live at and tell us to come in court and witness somebody. And okay, you can get us out of it, but what about our family? Listen, we know the boys in blue got a code of silence. We know they going to look the other way. So why you going to get mad if the black community look the other way? We got to live.
They have a no snitch policy.
Yes. 1, 2, 3. Come on, 1, 2, 3. I ain't going to be in here all night. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Whatever you want to say. Come on.
Man, I'm just reading some of these comments, man. These people, they crazy, man. Like, yeah, I just feel like educate yourself on who you vote for, man. You know,
that's all.
It shouldn't get down to the name calling and
that's it.
Disrespect to one another because of a certain person's opinion.
That's it.
Just educate yourself on who you vote for, man. And if you like what Martin is saying, then hit the like button. If you don't like it, keep your comments, the negative comments to yourself, man.
Yeah, keep rolling. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. I didn't ask you to come on this page.
But I got one quick
Go
question.
ahead, brother.
Quick question. So if Paul Vallis does win, what would be your take on that?
Well, if Paul Vallis does win, he is the mayor of the city of Chicago. You have to respect that. But I'm the Chicago watchdog.
Right.
All these promises that he promised these black Negroes, I want to see if he's going to follow through it. That's what I'm going to be watching for. And I'm going to tell you, this is a prediction. If he wins, which is I doubt, I guarantee you it's going to be open seasons on young black men and women. I guarantee you. I put my life on it. I've been studying crime for the last 5 or 6 years. I know the behavior. Trust me. And guess what? I want to warn you guys. These young people, they don't care nothing about Jesus. They don't care nothing about Buddha, Allah. None of them. None of them. So they have no allegiance to no religious organization and none of that. They have no fear. They are fearless. And I'm going to tell you something. How can you kill something that's already dead? It's dead already. I have to throw that at you.
That's right.
Listen, everybody don't want a big house. Everybody don't want a wife. Everybody don't want to do the right thing. You got some people, they love the filth and the dirt. They love the filthy music. They love the filthy lifestyle. They love shooting and killing and murder. They love robbing and stealing and scheming. They love shooting folks, innocent folks. They love it. Just like you love going to work and getting paid, they love it too. They love evil. They wallow in evil, sin. They wallow in it. They waiting on somebody right now just to cut them off in the traffic right now. They waiting on somebody to mean mug them. They waiting on to get into somebody on social media so they can justify in their mind to do it. They waiting on an opportunity to do something to somebody. They waiting. I got to tell the truth and shame to death. I didn't say all officers are bad. I never said that. I never said that. But I guarantee you, somebody explain to me what's a good officer. That's what I really want to know. You bad when you see your brother or your sister in blue committing a police crime and you don't say anything. You're not considered as a good cop. That's not being a good cop. Brother, I hope I answered your question good enough. I'm going to wait. If Paul Vallis win,
one more question when you get a chance, Mark.
Okay, he'll be the mayor. Hey, ain't nothing I can do. I'm going to sit and watch like I always do. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Now, my next question is, reverse that. What if Brandon wins and doesn't stand up to what he's saying, his commitments and what he's saying he's going to do? Do you feel as though, are you going to say, man, I should have went with the white guy?
No, say, I have no regrets. First of all, I'm voting on race. I'm voting on integrity. I'm voting on character. Okay. He's still a human being. He's a politician. You cannot make moves without the city council. Remember that. Some things you can sign in executive order. Those of you that know politics, some things have to come through the city council. He have to have a majority to rule on some things that he want to pass. So I'm going to tell you that. And some things he may not be able to do within 4 years. And it still may be there. So, hey, that's politics, brother. It's politics. He might say 80 things he's going to do. He might only be able to do 40 and 50 of them. You got to remember, he's not he's not a dictator now. You still have to go through the city council and things like that. Everybody have a boss. So I just want to tell you that, brother. Listen, because Brandon Johnson is black, I'm not going to say he can't make no mistakes. I'm not even going to say he might not do everything he say he's going to do. He might not. But he's a brother. And guess what? I've been here, we've been 400 some years in this country under the rule and the thumb of the white man. And he ain't never treated us right. And look at us now. We so hateful to one another. It's a shame. I can afford.
That's right.
400. You take 400 years and 4 years. Come on now. I can afford to give that brother a chance until he get it right. I'm willing to take that risk. I'm willing to, as a black man, I'm willing to take a risk with Brandon Johnson. He's already proven to me his lifestyle. Don't you know that it take a real commitment for a couple to stay married for 25 years? Don't you know it takes a commitment to go to 4-year university to get a degree? Don't you know it takes a commitment to stay on a job for more than 1 or 2 or 3 years? Don't you know it takes a commitment? You got some folks, their track record, everywhere they've been gone, they causing trouble, fired, everywhere. Old school versus new school. Time is up. That's a season for everything. We living in a new day now, brother. We're not back in the 60s. We're in 2023. And things must change. They have to change. Those of us that know history, Oh, I'm preaching tonight. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to go in. I'm tired. I'm telling you,
Right,
but I had to get on here and talk to my people. I tell you, and listen, and I'm gonna tell you, you can put Paul Vallis and Brandon Johnson together. Both of those guys won't be able to stop no crime. It ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you, it ain't gonna happen. So don't think either one get in that office that crime gonna stop. It's not gonna happen. You can put a police officer on every corner. Trust me, you can't legislate people's hearts. I got Dr. Sanders. She's an evangelist, and she'll tell you, she's a God-fearing woman. You cannot legislate people's hearts at all. Listen, water cleanses the body, but the blood of Jesus cleanses the soul. That's it. That's it. Give you a new mindset.
Hey.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Nothing else.
That's it.
Listen, thou shalt not murder. We got people getting shooting, killing every day. You think that's stopping? People don't care about the Bible. They don't care about whatever God that you serve. They don't care about that. That's your God. That's your belief in their mind. Now, because you don't believe something, that doesn't mean that it's not right. Now, let me put that out there. Because some folks, Dr. Sanders, they got in their mind believing, okay, I don't believe that. Okay, because you don't believe it, that don't mean it's not right. Am I right, Dr. Sanders?
That's right.
A lot of y'all don't believe in God, but that don't mean that there's not a God because you don't believe it.
That's right.
Come on now. Don't get mad at me. If it's working for me and it ain't working for you, don't get mad at me.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
You want Brandon? Here he is. Here he is. I tell you, we speaking it by faith. I don't see nobody in the fifth floor but Brandon. That's all I see. I don't even see Paul. I don't even entertain that thought. I'm not even going to put that in the atmosphere.
Me either.
Brandon Johnson is my choice. And I want him to stay there longest there until he can get it right and learn on the job, because a lot of them learning on the job as well. They faking it until they make it. I'm telling you. Why is it two sets to stand in the room? All the white people can vote for Paul Vallis, but when all the black people start voting for Brandon Johnson, now they want to say y'all voting based on race. You've been doing it for centuries in this country. This country.
Hello.
Yes, it is about race. It's about race. Yes, it is. Everything is about race. Why is it that all the white people in this city right now, Chicago, Illinois, got 50% or better to all the jobs? Is that about race?
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
The water department, predominantly white. School, predominantly white. Police department, predominantly white. Come on. Everything is predominantly white. So what is it about race? It is then. Talk to me. Tell me that ain't about race. Come on now. So you telling me there's not enough qualified black police guys that can be police officers, work in the department on these good government city jobs? Dad, I want you to talk about that. You're not supposed to talk about that, Martin. Shh. Yes, I'm talking about it. They got over 50% or better. It's 51% white police officers. You have 25 Latino and Spanish. You got 21% black police officers. Why is the ratio like that? Why is it like that? Is it because white people are racist or black people are just not qualified? Which one? The fire department. You have over 50% of our firemen. Why is that? And we reflect in this city 29-30% of black people in this city. Come on now, people. That ain't right. Now, is that racist or what? Y'all talk to me. Come on, y'all. Come on, police officers out there and firemen. Talk to me. Is that racist or what? Is that racist? Talk to me. Talk to me.
I got another question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother. I'm going to close it out. Go ahead.
Okay, so just real quick. So for the white people who voted for Brandon Johnson, what do you think their mind state is? And for the black people who voted for Paul Vallis, what do you think their mind state is?
Well, let me just say this. I'm not mad at no white person that's voting for Paul Vallis. I understand white people vote based on race. They do it. I don't care what y'all say. They do it. They have done it and still doing it right now. So I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad. I'm not even mad at no black person that don't vote for Brandon Johnson. That's your choice. You have a right. This is a free country. This is freedom of choice.
Right.
But I'm saying for myself, I don't want to be on the wrong side of history when Brandon Johnson get in. I want to be able to look back and tell my great-great-grandchildren, hey, I was a part of that election, a historical election. Just like I tell my grandchildren that I was a part of that election of Barack Obama. You may not feel like, and he may not did nothing for black people, but I was a part of that selection. I made history. Trust me. That's real talk. That's real. So, brother, I mean, that's just me, brother. That's just me. So I'm not mad at nobody. I vote based on race. I'm not gonna get on here and lie and say I don't. That'd be a lie. I would love to see a black man that look like me, that live in these high crime areas, that understand the struggle. Then he can relate to my struggles. He can articulate, opposed to a person that don't give a care about the community. Only time they come in the community when it's time to politic. They're not coming in our community for nothing. Trust me, if that man, Paul Vallis, felt like that he didn't need the black vote, he wouldn't even come in our community at all. He wouldn't step foot on the south side and the west side. Wouldn't step a foot in it. Trust me. Trust me. And black man and black woman, don't let nobody tell you that your vote doesn't count. That it do count. Because if it didn't count, Paul Vallis wouldn't be coming on the south and the west side in these predominantly black areas. It does count. Trust me. It does count. And Dr. Sanders, we need a new way of holding these politicians accountable. We don't need to wait till next election time. We need to start on them ASAP right away. We need to post signs in front of their house, sellout, traitor, liar.
That's right.
That's what we need to do. We don't need to wait till another 4 years. Get on them. Put them to shame on social media. That's what we need to do.
That's right.
Reb, I'm going to get ready to close out. I'm going to let you talk. I see you. Come on, Reb. Give you about 5 minutes and I'm out of here. I got to get out of here, brother. I'm tired. Come on, Reb.
What's going on, everybody?
How you doing?
I'm just sitting up here listening. I'm listening in, but I was also reading the comments. This race is funny. And the people, not the race ain't funny, the people that's watching or saying what they saying, they're funny, but it's the thing to me, first of all, I hate that I missed out on meetings recently. I was working at the same time and showing up late and it's over, so I know how expedient these things are. So but I was happy to see that turnout was great for Brandon Hill and Inglewood area. I'm happy. I don't think I heard of any protesters or anything like that. So that was all good. But we down to the crunch on here now. They said he's saying all type of things about these polls. Now I never seen so many different polls in all of my understanding on how to vote and campaign watching. But I can say for myself, I really never voted for no other candidate running for no office except for a black person in my time. I really never voted before I voted for President Barack Obama. So around that time, I know I was in my 20s, pretty young, but that was really the first time I really took voting serious. The reason why I voted for Biden, because at the time I was voting for him, I was really voting for Kamala Harris. Wanted to see the first black female vice president. So I can say for myself, I've always voted black. So, if somebody called me pro-black, hey, I can't deny it because the only thing I ever voted was black. You know what I'm saying? ever since I've been voting. And the first person I voted for was black. So for some of us, this is a historic moment for us, young or mid or elderly of age. You know what I'm saying? This is that time for us. And I just encourage those that's listening in and support Mark, support Brother Johnson, that, you know what I'm saying, we just get out there and vote. You know what I'm saying? If you don't vote early, make sure that you make that impact date on resurrecting our dignity and the history of our culture and what we've been through. Let's resurrect it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's been so many years since King passing, I believe 60 or whatever, and here we got the opportunity to allow him to speak from his legacy and hold up his legacy. And that's the only thing, you know what I'm saying, Brandon is appointed to do, you know what I'm saying, for such a time like this, for such a season like this. When God raises up a man, us that see that man, see God in that man, ought to, you know what I'm saying, do our best and forget all the strolls, forget all the haters, forget all the backbiters, forget all the traitors, backstabbers, all the Judases. Hey, they come in all different colors. But most of them we see and what we're dealing with, you know what I'm saying, they're the same color as us. So we can't let that be a surprise, but surprise them. You know, and doing that is turning out on April 4th and showing them through the ballot of that pen that we got power. And I see a lot of supporters on here for Brandon, so turned out pretty good.
You know what killing me on here, man? You got some support. You got Paul Vallis supporters. They on here calling people names and hypocrites and liars and all. I mean, then you get mad at me when I block you. Now, listen, don't come on this platform. If you don't like what we say, you could leave. You ain't got to call nobody's name and all that. What you mad? Go on over there with Paul Vallis camp. Go on their lives. I'm quite sure he got some people that go on online, but you want to come on over here and cause chaos. That's what you're mad. You're so worried about Brandon Johnson winning. If you wasn't worried, you wouldn't be on this live right now. I'm not asking you for no donation. Right. I'm not asking you for nothing. All I'm asking you to respect my live. Quit the name calling. If you can't do that, go on Paul Vallis. Everybody know this is a Brandon Johnson live over here. They know that. We ain't sugarcoating it. We ain't lying to you. We ain't trying to pretend like we fair and balanced. No, Brandon Johnson right here. Nothing else. No Paul Vallis on here. Now we mentioned his name. But this is Brandon Johnson. So if you don't like what we hear, get off. Yeah, I can help you. I don't mind helping you. I don't mind helping getting off this page. So I want to say that to all these other trolls on here that, you know, you're mad. We're talking about Brandon Johnson. You know, that's what we own. That's what we own. That's what we own on this page.
That's what I'm saying.
On this page. So don't be, we not playing both sides. I'm not on Brandon Johnson payroll. No. I'm not on Paul Vallis payroll. But I'm supporting Brandon Johnson because he looks like me, because his family values, because his love for God. That's enough for me right there. Right there. I'm tired of these devils saying one thing and doing another thing. Trust me. Listen, you got some people, they don't stay long nowhere they at, wherever they at. They just start. Let me give you an example. I'm off the subject, but young ladies, if you dating a man that never finished high school, if he didn't finish high school or he didn't go back and get GED, you better watch out. He never stayed on a job longer than a year. That goes to show you that he cannot make no commitment. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. He had to make a commitment to something outside of something crooked. Now, if he made a commitment, the gang bang for all his adult life, gang bang to rob and steal, he have not made nothing in life, no contribution to life. You got to finish school. You got to work a job. You got to do something. You got to have a skill set. Show me something positive that you have done more than 1 or 2 or 3 years. That's why I have respect for people that go to the military, that spend 2 years, the Army Reserve, people that go back and get their GED, people that go back and get their college education or take a trade or something. I have respect for people like that. It's showing that they can make a commitment. I have respect for people when they're married and they have a couple, they stand around. I have respect for that. And we know those of us been married and still married, honeymoon ain't every day. You're going to have some dark times in the marriage. You just got to hang on in there. That's it. Come on now, people. I got to tell the truth. I'm telling you. Ladies, be careful. Just be careful. I know that's off the subject, but just be careful. And what I see in Brandon Johnson, I see a college-educated man. I see a family man. I see a working man. And I see above all that, I see a God-fearing man. That's what I see. Now, can I probably find some fault in Brandon Johnson? I can not only find it in him, I can find some in myself too. But the love of God covers a multitudes of sin. Come on now. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Come on now. Tell you, thank God for the blood, Dr. Sanders. Thank God. Thank you. Hey, Rev, thank God for the blood. I'm telling you. Thank God for the blood. I tell you. And I'm going to leave it right there, people. Did you guys want to say something before I close it out? Because I'm done. I'm done. You can hang up, Robert, if you want to hang up. Hold on. Robert Taylor, if you want to hang up, you're welcome to hang up. If you don't like the content that we're bringing to any troll, if you don't like the content that we're bringing, you can hit the delete button, the unfollow button, and just go on to Paul Vallis' page. This is the Brandon Johnson page. So if you don't like what we say on here, bye.
Right.
Go ahead, Dr. Sanders.
Brandon Johnson is your choice.
That's it.
Right.
Man.
And that's your choice. And my thing is they don't like what's being said while you even here.
Yeah.
You just go to bed or go watch TV or go look at all the stupid reality shows, the Housewives and all that bull crap that don't mean nothing. Martin, you brought out some very relevant points in the matter of us being able to know how to be able to have the opportunity to vote. All of those freedom fighters, just like Reverend Al Sharpton said Sunday, would be disgusted with what's going on right now, because they gave their life. They gave everything that they had. These men didn't live to see 40 and 41 and 42 and 43. All of these men that were in our area, Medgar Evers and Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King, they were gunned down at 39 years old. 39. These men have not seen their children grow. Dr. King's daughter just celebrated her birthday yesterday, his only living daughter. You know, you need to know this stuff to understand why were they fighting for us. You know, and giving us the opportunity to have the know-how about voting and living in certain communities. There was a time Black folks was not allowed to live in Evergreen Park, in Beverly, none of those areas. You had to either stay in the projects, the walk-up, the high-rises, what is that, State Street, Stateway Gardens, 39, 83, 40, all of them, that's where you had to live at. Am I right, Mark?
You're telling the truth.
You don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to live in the projects anymore. This is a time now where even CHA Housing have you living in houses with a voucher so you can be able to get to know what home ownership is about. There was a time that you could not live in a house. A lot of the people from the South moved up here to come up here for a better opportunity, for better jobs. A lot of them went to school. Some of them started working for the state. Am I right, Martin?
Yeah.
When they had hardly no master's degree, a bachelor's, all they had was associates. A lot of them worked for public aid. A lot of them worked for the state. A lot of them worked for Curtis Candy Company, which is now Nestle Crunch. Come on. They came up here for better living. My people did. We still have a farm in Mississippi where we can go get some eggs and some milk and some butter. But my thing is, you don't understand. So we're not on here talking about Pookie slept with Ray Ray's girlfriend to go have a baby, and y'all was all having threesome and menage a trois. Is that what y'all want Martin to talk about? Then go to television for that.
They want to be entertained.
Go to the internet and watch porn. That's what you. Come on now. So here we're talking adult talk, and since the content is too heavy for you, then you can go watch The Housewives of Atlanta. Watch all that craziness. Let all them call each other bees and hoes and sluts. Hey, B, how you doing, slut? You know, all that's what they're doing. You can't even watch simple TV no more. So now you got this man that wanna buy y'all. Stop being a token black Negro. Always getting what somebody gives you that's white. Stop being a fool. Stop being a fool. And understand that when they date you in, all of them, and I ain't trying to be funny. Honey, I ain't trying to get your show block. Listen, if Jamal Green and all the rest of these folks want to follow ballots, then that's your choice. But guess what? Keep your mouth off Martin. That's my anointing. Do the prophet no harm. Don't put your mouth on him. Because Martin, you stood by Jamal, left and right. You stayed with him. You tried to help him, and he didn't want your help. So let him go eat Hell's Chicken. Let him go eat JJ Fish Chicken if you want to take Paul Ballas over there. Do that, honey. But I had my suspicions from day one, but I said, well, I'm going to let him play himself out. But guess what? Jamal Green, I came to your defense the night that you spoke and said, we're going to see how you do. Martin helped a lot of you all that were in the movement. Martin came and supported a lot of you all, and y'all probably didn't give him 2 nickels. He came out there. That's what Martin is telling you. We help one another. He not getting paid for nothing. He ain't on nobody's payroll. He on the Lord's payroll. Because when he goes out there to help his people, the Lord blesses him.
Yes, he does.
He blesses him. He ain't around here spreading this stuff around. None of y'all women can sit up there and say, I had Martin last night. Well, I had him early this morning. None of y'all can talk about that about Martin. But you get a black man that talk rationale, you want to down him. Well, guess what? Stay in Lodabar. The valley of the dry bones, according to the word of God. That's what Lodabar is. Because there's no light in the valley of the dry bones. Y'all need to listen to Reverend Al Sharpton and follow it up through the day. What happened at the cafe and St. Paul. You'll get the message if you're really interested in wanting to understand history.
I'll tell you. Thank you, Dr. Sanders. Next caller, did you want to say something? 872. 872, you want to close the remarks real quick?
Yes.
Because I'm trying to get out of here.
Yes, I want to say something. I appreciate Dr. Sanders, and I remember when J Ball got arrested at the Taste of Chicago protest. We helped him. You know, we helped him raise that, what was it, like 35,000 or something to get him out because, we helped him. I was rocking with him. You know, because when it's like what he did, he turned his back.
Let me just say this.
One thing I hate is a snake.
Robert, let me say something. Listen, I stood out in front of the county jail when that brother got locked up. Me and Robert Dean in the hot sun protesting for that brother. Trust me, I've done a lot of good things to Jamal and for Jamal. So those of you come on here think that I did him wrong. I did not do him wrong. He snaked me. You know, this ain't the first time we ever got into it. You know, I don't hate him. If I see him, I give him a hug. But it'll never be the same. You know what I'm saying? Because you only get so many times to violate me. That's all I'm saying. Man, listen.
You got to love him from a distance.
Right. You know, listen, I owe that brother nothing. He don't owe me nothing. He don't owe me anything. I'm not begging for anything from Mr. Green. Mr. Green have made his decision that he want to support a man that he believe that's going to run the city of Chicago. That's his, and he have that right. But we all know what it's about. It's about that green dollar. We know what it's about. Come on now. We know what it's about. You know, we know what it's about. Yeah. All right. Next caller. Come on, Reb. Come on. 2 minutes. Come on, Reb. So I can get out of here.
All right. Well, I'm gonna end it with this. As Martin can bear witness, we both have. I could definitely witness that Martin has stood behind Brother Jamal Green. I've stood behind Brother Jamal Green when I stopped what I was doing and ran to support him in his press conferences. When his press conferences was really not talking about much. The only reason why I say that because out of all the talking that he ever did up to the point what he did now, all that was just cliche, not talking about much. When you show your true color and who you is, and I say that because he really still have people that really believe that he's real when he's not, because so many real people really have supported him and put confidence in him, and they was just crushed. The confidence and the trust was crushed. I look at his posts and see how he's supporting Vallis, and it kind of is so funny. You know what I'm saying? He's posting Vallis in school with a young black kid. I'm trying to see, is that his 5-year-old son? I mean, he got all these reasons and excuses, should I say, of why he's got behind Vallis and saying so much as if, Brother Johnson deserved no credit. You know what I'm saying? And it's terribly counterfeit to what the real is. So yeah, we see them all. You know, even the alderman candidates. Like I said, one of the biggest surprises. I mean, I endorsed and supported David Moore when he was running for Secretary of State. I just wish I had took my $500 and did something else with it rather than putting it behind him. I didn't look for much to come back from that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I always had a relationship with him business wise, and I supported him, and to see what he did, it's just crazy, man. I don't see why anybody would that's black going behind that man, but it is what it is, and everybody, you know what I'm saying, either they in it for an agenda or they're in it for themselves. At least the white people know why they vote for the ballots. Whether it's an agenda or whether it's because it's white, it's still an agenda. But anybody that's black that voted for, and I'm gonna tell the truth, anybody that's black that endorsed, and you a leader in a leader position, because they'll make you a leader. But if you black and you supporting them, you're doing it because you are not with your people, speaking for your people, but of your own agenda. And anybody that's just individual supporting them, they doing it because, most of these people are stupid, man. I just tell the truth for what it is. So, yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Thank you, Reb. Thank you so much. All right, people, I'm going to work on my camera tomorrow. I want to make an announcement. I think tomorrow's the 30th, right? Yeah, I think so. Man, I got to pay my bill. Yeah. Oh, my God. I got to pay my bill. Listen, yeah. I got to pay my credit card bill. Okay, listen. Bernie Sanders will be tomorrow at the UIC Pavilion. I think I'm going to put up the flyer. I forgot to do that. Okay, so tomorrow, tomorrow evening, for those of you that can be there, come support. He's endorsing. I'm hearing that one of Dr. Martin Luther King sibling child is coming, son is coming. I think it's a son, not the daughter. I think it's a son is coming to endorse Brandon Johnson. Yeah, so listen, people, this is an historical moment. I'm telling y'all, people, I wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of history at all. Trust me. This election has brought national attention. It's national news.
Yes, it has.
National news.
Yes, it has.
Listen, y'all got to learn about historical events. Please learn that. Please learn it. Please learn it. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is live, uncut, unedited. I'm tired. I got to rest up, Dr. Sanders. Y'all know I've been out here busy, on the ground running. Hey, I want to thank everybody for your support, for your love, for showing up today at the meet and greet. It was a lot of you. I took pictures with you. Some of you got the pictures. You didn't send them to me yet, so I can't post them, but I appreciate you. I got so much love today, and all it did was made me more motivated, want to go out there and help the people that look like me. And I don't think that's a sin. I don't think that's a crime. Trust me, if you see a man that's laying on the ground on his back and he's sick, when the ambulance comes, he's going to the one that's laying on the ground sick first. You go to the one that's most need. And in this city, Black people are in the most need. Not the immigrants, it's the Black people. It's the Black people. We need help. We need help. And it's my duty to help my brothers and sisters. I am my brother keeper. Well, you said, well, Martin, them same Negroes you help, they'll shoot you in the back. They probably would, but I'm going to still help them. I got more people that love me than hate me. That I do know. Yeah. All right, I got to go, y'all. God bless y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all already know what time it is. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. This is where we what? Tell the truth. And what? And shame the devil. Now, I don't know about you, but I love being Black. I don't know about you, but I love being Black. Great day, y'all. Good night.